So I'm gonna call this video more random thoughts and me getting a few things off my chest. So let's get started. So one of the things that's been bothering me lately is, well, keep having to deal with more of this freaking digital shit and shutting down physical media. I don't know if you noticed, but if you're a physical media collector, you'll have a lot less options to buy the stuff that you used to. Best Buy doesn't sell movies anymore. As far as I know, they don't sell CDs anymore. Well, Target hardly has anything, if you have a Target around. Walmart depends on the Walmart. One of the one of our WalMarts barely has a movie section anymore. So, well, people will find out the hard way when they go to watch something digitally and it's either not there or it's heavily edited. Well, they said before that you don't own it. It's digital, so Ubisoft actually came out and said that when it comes to video games, that people will have to get used to not owning their games, and they freaking were going on Ubisoft's official page saying "fuck you." So it's like that's how people are gonna fucking create their own freaking shit. They're gonna create their own freaking server, and they're gonna play the damn online games anyway. There's an example. The game The Crew. I might have mentioned this before. The the server shut down March 31st. So essentially, what you have now is a paperweight. Something you can't play. It's useless. Whether it's for PS4 or Xbox One, the game's useless because it's an online only game. They shut down the servers. So when I pay for a video game, I expect to be able to play it whenever I want to play it. This is why I buy things like DVDs, VHS tapes, and Blu-rays, which I don't think I have a Blu-ray in front of me, but you get the idea. Because they're always there when I want them. And unlike some people today, I can actually get up and put the movie inside the player. And I actually know how to use it. That's the trouble with these people today. I don't think they're intelligent enough to use a freaking Blu-ray or DVD or VCR player. Oh well. Well, moving on. So, I saw that in, I think it's Virginia, a couple of schools actually reverted back to their original Confederate names. One of them was Stonewall Jackson School. Nice to see the schools actually have some balls. Of course, there's a petition to try to get them to drop it again, but there's always going to be these fucking liberals that stick their noses where it don't belong. I mean, seriously, is this all liberals do, is find something shit that's offensive? Or be offended by everything? And honestly, you read the description and they're like, well, this happened with freaking George Floyd. And it's like, first of all, George Floyd was a goddamn criminal. He got exactly what he had coming to him. I don't give a fuck. Alright? You reap what you sow. I don't care. I don't care. He's dead. Get over it. Second, there were no freaking Confederates in that state. There were no Confederate monuments in that state. What happened in that state, in Minnesota, had nothing to do with anywhere else in the country or the world. It's none of your business. So stop fucking acting like it is. And acting like your protesting is going to make a difference. Because it fucking don't. That just makes you look like a fucking retard. Standing in the middle of fucking traffic, blocking a road, blocking fucking traffic. That just shows that you're a complete dumbass. But then again, some people are just fucking stupid, and that there are actually some states where the person blocking traffic can actually get ran over, and the person that ran him over doesn't get in trouble for it. Sucks to be them, don't it? Don't block traffic. You know what my definition of protesting is? You hold up a sign for a little while, you go home. That's it. You don't chain yourself to a freaking building. You don't freaking block traffic. You don't freaking sit there and take over a goddamn park like they did here. You don't do dumb shit like that. That just shows you're the stupid one. Not whoever you're trying to protest against or whatever you're trying to protest against. You're the dumbass. Plain and simple. And then another thing that they try to bring up about statues is they were put up in the 1910s to intimidate people, okay? Can you morons, can you liberals actually add and subtract? Okay? The war between the states was 1861 to 1865. So 50 years after that is 1911 to 1915. Duh! 50th anniversary of the war, that's when the monuments were going up. Shut up, Raven! Stupid cat. Sorry, she's freaking annoying. Raven, I'm going to get rid of you. I'm going to replace you with a snake. But 50th anniversary of the war. That's what it was. It had nothing to do with trying to intimidate people or anything like that. Or intimidate black people, as they say. If you want to play that freaking card, then the civil rights monuments were put up to intimidate white people. If you want to play that card, the monuments were put up for one reason, and that's to honor those people that fought and died on a battlefield. Something you liberals couldn't even begin to comprehend because you would not have the balls to do it yourself, and you know it. So just sit down and shut up. You don't want to look at the monument? Fine. Turn your head the other way. Unless you have some medical condition where you can't turn your head, then turn your head the other way. And move on. Because I assure you, other than other liberals, nobody cares what you had to say. Really, nobody does. It's true. Nobody gives a shit. Moving on to another topic. I see that they're doing another documentary about Dale Earnhardt. This is supposed to be a comprehensive one. 4-part series. I've heard some people say, why do you keep doing that? Why do you keep, doing documentaries about Dale Earnhardt? It's like, well, because he's the man. That's why. My only gripe is that they leave any kind of politics out of it. Like, I know there's footage of him with President George W. Bush and President George H.W. Bush and things like that from the past. It's best just to leave politics out of it. That's a gray area. I mean, people want to know more about the man. They don't need to know how how he voted or what his political party was or anything like that, because You know, things like that this day and age can sour somebody on. You know, things like that. That's what the world's turned into. So as long as they keep politics out of it, I think it'll be a good documentary. Now, as far as the why they're doing another one, well, it's because it's Dale Earnhardt. And I've heard some people say, well, what else can be said? Well, there's a lot that can be said about him. I'm sure if you looked hard enough, there's footage from, some of his dirt track races that he did originally. It's not necessarily just the Cup, series that he has. There's probably some racing highlights we haven't seen. There's probably a lot of interviews we haven't seen. Believe me, there's a lot they can do with it. I mean, I think one of the last ones on him was The Day, which was about the day he died. And that came out more than a decade ago. And that was more or less about that day than anything else. It wasn't, an overview of his career or anything. There was a few highlights at the beginning of it, but for the most part, it was showing what happened that 24 hours leading up to the final Daytona, and of course the race itself and its aftermath. But there's a lot they can do with it. So, like I said, it should be good. I mean, being a four-part series, it's going to be. You're going to have a lot of content for that. So, I mean, I don't know really what their plan is on that. So, just have to wait and see, I guess. Like I said, it is Dale Earnhardt, so it should be good. I mean, there's other subjects that they could do a documentary about that haven't been done, or at least not done for a while. A prime example of this is Hank Williams. Hank hasn't had a documentary just about him in literally 20 years. Uh, the Honky Tonk Blues one, I think it was the American Master Series, was the last one. It was pretty good. It was detailed, but a lot's happened between now and then. You know, for one, the remaining drifting Cowboys have all passed on. So, you know, there's other people that have covered his songs, other people that have done tribute albums to him that you could interview. So you can do a lot with that. There's maybe not a lot of available performing footage of Hank, as we all know, but there's a lot you could put in it, though. So I'd like to see an updated one on Hank, but will it happen? I don't know. Oh, I hope it does. But it's cool we're getting one on Dale Earnhardt, as long as it's done right. So. So another thing that's been going on recently is that hold on, something stuck in my tooth, or between the teeth rather. Got part of it, but another thing that's been going around is a trial that former President Trump's going through, and about the hush money and all that bullshit. Well, first of all, I stated this before, but it's like, why would you even waste time with that? Okay, Stormy Daniels is a porn star. Okay, she gets paid to fuck on camera. Okay, why did this even go to trial? It's like, if you're upset about the people that you've screwed, maybe you're in the wrong profession. You ever think of that? The damn lucky I'm not the judge, because I'd throw the goddamn the freaking trial at the freaking door, and then I'd freaking fine her ass for wasting the court's time. But, it's obviously a liberal judge, and, as we know, liberals aren't that fucking smart. They're fucking stupid. I was gonna be a liberal for last Halloween, but I can't fit my head that far up my ass. On another note, this is going back a few months, but the Grand Ole Opry apparently went back on their policy of not letting dead members in. Because I think it was Keith Whitley, I do believe, that Garth Brooks inducted as a member of the Opry, and yet they won't reinstate Hank Williams after promising him that they would, and he ended up passing on before it could happen. Hank III has talked about this numerous times, his grandson, and they have the Hank impersonators greet you at the front door. They have his picture hanging up all over the place. They sell his freaking merchandise in the gift shops, and they ride his name while he's in the fucking ground. Like Hank III's song, "The Grand Ole Opry Ain't So Grand Anymore." But the Louisiana Hayride always showed respect to Hank when he was alive and after he was gone. Well, Grand Ole Opry, this is from me to you. Fuck you, motherfuckers. Hank is better than anybody that you've ever had on that stage. Or ever will have on that stage. He is the real king. George Strait, not even in that conversation. You may have the most number ones, but that just means he's a stat stuffer like LeBron James. Inflated numbers, that's all they are. Number one record doesn't mean what it used to mean. It used to be sacred. Now somebody has a number one record. It doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. Another thing, I'm getting sick of seeing around these stupid fucking electric cars. Oh yeah, it's freaking funny as freaking hell if so. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm probably gonna see it with all these fucking Teslas around. Those freaking cars have a tendency to catch fire, and they have a habit of locking the person inside when it happens. That's gonna be funny as hell to watch. It's like, well, you reap what you sow. Again, you buy the damn stupid fucking car, you deserve what fucking happens. Saw a freaking well, it was after it happened, but car accident happened today, and it shows you how freaking bad these newer cars were made. As far as I know, neither one of these was an electric car, but I'm not really sure. I didn't really pay much attention to it. But anyway, the freaking off one of them, the freaking axle was torn right out from it. That probably wouldn't happen to an older car that's all made of steel. These car, he tore the damn quarter panel off and then tore the whole damn fucking axle out from under it. Well, that should make you rethink about freaking sitting in a freaking plastic car made of plastic moment. These new cars are fucking garbage. Some things don't get better just because they're newer. And it's pretty obvious that cars and trucks is one of them. It is what it is. Yep. So I think that's about it for now. That's all I can think of. I'm sick. Another thing I'm freaking sick of seeing. I freaking took a walk downtown the other day. I'm sick of seeing these fucking cross-dressed motherfuckers too. It's like if you were born a freaking male, then you're a male. Stop acting like a retard. If you were born a male or female, then that's what you are. There's no fucking 30 or 40 different genders. Dig up a freaking if you freaking die in the desert and they find your body like 3,000 years later, they're gonna say you're a male or female. You're not gonna freaking come up with some freaking bullshit. So, anyways, I'll wrap this up. I'll see y'all next time.